Hey, buddy. Oh, hope you're doing good today. Getting up to nearly 120 degrees, the heat index. This this world, I think it'll go on. I just don't think Homo sapiens will be an active part of it very soon. We're just too clever by half. I like to joke amongst my nerd friends, and we're into paleoanthropology, that we should have stopped evolving at Homo erectus. I think things were simpler back then. A lot harder. Don't get me wrong, man. Sucks to sucks to know there's a good chance you'll die in childbirth or get eaten by a bear, or just disease. Back in the Stone Age, prior to 4,000 BC or whatever. People, they just didn't live that long. You get to be 40, and that's old age. That's a 40-year-old back then, that 5,000 BC. You'd probably look at them, if you were around back then, the same way we look at like 80-year-olds. There were some people who lived that long, either by luck or, because they had resources, generational resources. I don't know. But anyhow, I want to talk to you about mothers. Okay. I think you're very lucky to have the mother that you have. I hope you are. I hope that she is caring and compassionate. I certainly wouldn't want y'all to not have that. And whatever issues your mother and I have, her treatment of me, as awful and shitty as it is, does not define her. At least not when it comes to you. Me and your mother's issues are ours. But I wanted to talk to you, about mothers. Because I think my own mother had a very significant impact on my life. Yeah, to say the least. My mom was a very troubled woman. She's been dead, 3 or 4 years now. And I keep trying to let my negative feelings of her go. I keep trying to forgive. I have made some progress. When she first died, I wouldn't have said she was a very troubled woman. I would have used other words. I tried so hard to have a relationship with my mom over decades, despite everything. I remember one time I went all around the neighborhood looking for, dimes and quarters and shit on the ground because Mother's Day was coming up. And I knew there was going to be a friend of mine, his parents were having a garage sale. I must have been, third grade, I guess. And so I went and I gathered what money I could and went to this garage sale. And I saw this ring. It was, to me, it looked like a really cool ring, but I was in third grade. I don't even know what age that is. And it was probably just cheap costume jewelry because the woman sold it to me for whatever change I had scrapped together. I told her what it was for. So I'm sure she was being nice, but if it was a real expensive ring, I doubt it'd be sold at a garage sale for one thing. I doubt she would let me have it for a song either. So I was real proud of myself. I went, and she didn't care. Looked at it, threw it on the table. I remember, I think I was a little bit younger. Maybe I was in second grade. I think this happened when we were in Kentucky. So I think that would have been second grade for me. Although it's been a couple of moons, so who knows. Anyhow, we were getting ready to go to school, I think, or somewhere. She opened up the door really fast, and it got my big toe. I can't remember if it was right or left. And the nail just popped right up. Must have been the summer, because I think I was wearing flip-flops. So maybe it wasn't school. I don't know. Maybe it was school during the weekend. Man, I'm 53 fucking years old. It's been a while. Anyhow, freaked me the fuck out. Hurt like hell. My mom, she just starts laughing. Whenever I got hurt, she found it funny. I know she blamed me for putting on a lot of weight after I was born. I know she blamed me. She told me it's her fault and I'm fat. So, I think I was 15, 16. I don't know. I had some little job. Wasn't Olive Garden yet. That was my first real job, I think. Bussing tables at Olive Garden. But I was working since I was 14. Anyhow, she blamed me for getting fat. So in Springdale Mall, there was a Jenny Craig. And I went and put up a lot of money for me, for 15, 16-year-old kid. I must have been 16 because I drove there. Or, I don't know, I had older friends, but I think I went there by myself. Anyhow, I signed her up for Jenny Craig, paid for everything for probably at least a month. She didn't appreciate that. She was insulted. I remember, Lulu, be quiet. My father, when I was growing up, would be gone for 2 or 3 months every summer doing field exercises, training men, doing war games, that sort of thing. And I don't know what happened with my mom. She just stopped feeding me. I ended up eating cat food for a couple of days till my dad got home. When he came home, he was pissed off. He was pissed. I thought they were going to divorce, And something bad is going to happen. I don't know if my little mind would have said, that's divorce. I don't even know if I knew what divorce was. But I knew that things were not good between them. They actually said they were going to divorce one time. And I started crying, and they backed out of it. That's when we were in Fort Monroe, I think, in Virginia. Hey, y'all go on. Go on now. Come on. Sorry, these dogs, man. I just adopted another dog. I didn't adopt it. It's sort of, I don't know. Anyhow, so I got another dog. Trying to find its owner. Posting all over Facebook. I can't let a dog just wither away in the heat. So she's inside. Sweet dog, very sweet dog. I know dog meat's happy. Him and Lulu love each other, but they're not much on playing. There. What are you doing, huh? Julie, come here. Come here. That's Julie. She's a sweetie. I remember my mom really got into boxed wine. I don't know if they still make that. Hey, hold on a second. Guys, go on. Oh, Jesus, go on. Sorry. Having 3 dogs under one roof, it gets kind of irritating at times. But, anyhow. So, yeah, she liked her boxed wine. I'd get home from school. She'd, not all the time. But a good bit of the time. Be drunk. And then, she might leave me alone, or I might get the hell beat out of me. I remember locking myself in a bathroom. Now, thank God we lived on the ground floor. I had to crawl out the window as my mom was trying to break the door down. I went and hid in the bushes till dark. My father got home. My mom always wanted a girl. She was not shy about letting me know that. She was not shy about letting me know what a disappointment I was. Her last words to me were, "Michael, you're a piece of shit." And shortly after, she slipped into a coma and died. These are just the highlights. She was emasculating. She never liked me, now I'm just realizing that with adulthood. Maybe in some way she loved me. I don't know. Maybe she did and couldn't help herself. I don't know. The end result was the same to me. I finally gave up. I was in my 40s. And I had worked so hard with my parents to, be the type of family that's saying, "I love you," because that's not something my parents said. And that's not entirely their fault. They were born in the 1940s. And generations back then, weren't as emotionally comfortable. And I got my dad. My dad, he fell into it and would tell me they loved me. Not my mom. I don't remember my mom ever telling me she loved me. She probably did. Or maybe she didn't. It really doesn't matter now. I do hope she's at peace. And for years, one of my biggest regrets was not laying hands on her. I know how fucked up that is. That you're sad you didn't punch your mom. God, the things she would say. That's the worst, most awful things. She knew where to, She knew where to stab the knife. I guess that's something parents are always going to have over on you. I remember when your mother and I separated. I'd had to go to a facility for a week to detox because I'd gotten into the oxy a little bit too hard. And but I'd asked your mother and our neighbor at the time to go talk to my mom the day after, so my mom would know what was going on. My mom, she told Tess that I was just faking everything, and that Tess should immediately start a new bank account. I mean, just the woman would flat out fucking lie about shit. Like telling your mother that I hadn't lost a sibling prior to being born. That happened. I know it happened because I had both my parents talk about it over the years. Never directly to me, but they would say things, and then kids being what they are, you sit at the top of the stairs and listen to the adults talk. I mean, I just had a psychotic break. I was in pain. I was in a bad spot. My mom just stabbed me in the fucking back. It didn't help. Between that and our neighbor, your mother's good friend, convincing her that I was some dangerous individual, and she needed to have an escape plan, and all this shit, man. Things didn't have to be as bad as they end up being. If you find my phone or have access to my accounts and you're so inclined, one day you can read the emails. I don't bother sending your mother emails anymore because there's no point. But for many a year, I tried to co-parent. So yeah. I hope my mom's at peace. I don't miss her because just like your mother, there's no point in me talking to her. There's no point in me talking to my mom. No point in me talking to your mother. I have to be the evil villain for your mother's world to work. Well, at least your mom has a reason. My mom, she just hated me. I don't know why. From the time I was a kid. Thank God my dad was there. If my dad wasn't there, I don't know. So, your mother's a human being. She has her faults, but you're still very lucky. You're lucky to have her. And I hope you let her know that. If, she's the good mother like I think she is. And if she's not, don't hit her. As much as I wanted to hit my mom, I think I'm more proud of the fact that I didn't. But goddamn, she had it coming on numerous occasions. But I've only hit one woman in my life. It wasn't her. It wasn't your mother either. I'm not a violent person. I believe I have it in me to be violent. I think everybody does. A murderer. Any one of us could be a murderer. Any one of us could do disgusting, deplorable things. It all depends upon the environment and the circumstances. I was watching this documentary on trench warfare in World War One, and this guy was bandaging up his fellow soldier because they just gotten attacked or something like that. So he's bandaging this guy up, and suddenly they get the alarm that gas, mustard gas, has been deployed against them, and I think they said they could see it or something. So anyhow, this guy who is, this caring individual, wrapping up his buddy's wound, he reaches into his pocket for his gas mask, and he finds out that a hole is in it. A bullet had gone through it, so it's useless, and the mustard's going to be on him any second. So this guy, he took his buddy's gas mask and put it on, even as the guy is, begging him. And the guy died there in front of him. Was that guy a bad person? I don't know. May have been. May have been a good person. Did that one action define him? To him, it may have. The rest of society, probably not. I think it'd be very difficult to live with yourself after you've done something like that, even if you were obeying the most primal of human instincts, which is to, remain alive. You know that 90% of people will eat another human being if they have to, but 10% will starve to death. I always thought that was interesting. I don't know which group I'd be in. Anyhow. Be thankful for what you got, Storm. A lot of people got a lot worse than you. A lot of people got a lot worse than me. I try to be thankful every day. I don't have much, but it's mine. I love you, buddy. Willow, River, Sage. Y'all ever see this? I love you too. And Willow and River, I wish things could have been different. I wish you hadn't bought in to, all the bullshit you were told about me. A lot of exaggerations, a lot of lies. And some truth. The best lies always have some truth with them. Yeah, I miss y'all. I miss Sage. I miss you, Willow. I miss you, River. But you've made it very clear that you don't want me in your life. You don't want contact with me. That hurts. No. Never hit you. Never abused you. Never cussed you. Always tried to get you everything you wanted. Worked dangerous, hard, scary jobs to take care of you. And none of that fucking matters. I mean, you're both, old enough to make your own decisions. And I realize that it's not entirely fair that y'all are young. Your mom's done a great job of not letting me communicate with you, so there is no, empathy that you have for me, no sympathy. You don't have my side of anything. Maybe one day you'll ask yourself, why is that? If my father was not physically or mentally or any other kind of abusive, why was I not allowed to see him? I think that when you get the answer to that, you will understand what happened to our family, and you will understand your mother a lot better. Anyhow, I realize I'm rambling, like usual. I love you, pal.